much.
Thank you for the writing.
I think Harrison's saying that because we just found out what season 4 is about. We just heard you talk. And so Harrison was chuckling, going, "Whoo, good to know."
No, we know what the first week of the first
Yeah.
Ish.
Ish.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
First of all, Harrison and I were just commenting on what an amazing moderator you were. Thanks. And thank you, all of you, for being here tonight. And thanks for watching the show. It means the world to us. I think that for me, one of the things that I'm always trying to figure out is what is a character not saying? What's the dirty underneath that is driving them to behave in the ways that they're behaving? When I was young, I used to read all these acting books, and Robert De Niro had this quote where he said, "Real people don't try to show their feelings, they try to hide them." And it really stuck. It's one of the greats. But it really stuck with me. You know, like the dialogue you're given to say is what someone is willing to reveal. But what is it that they're not willing to reveal? And so I think that in both season 2 and season 3, for season 2, for me, it was this speech that he gives to Alice. That I knew it was leading to the whole time. Like, he has never really said the real "I'm sorry" to his daughter. And I think in season 3, for me, it was like, what is stopping him from really moving forward? And I thought a lot about myself. I think every character you play is some version of yourself. It's like you just center it a little differently. And who's gonna want me now was the thing that kept popping into my mind. Like, I've been through all of this grief. I'm covered in scars. Who's gonna want me now? And we talked a little bit about this, but I was talking to my therapist about myself, like dealing with an issue like that. And I'm like, God, I just feel a little embarrassed to show up and see this person. They've lived life so easy, and I'm showing up 45 years old, all covered in scars. And without missing a beat, he said, what a tragedy it would be to show up anywhere at 45 years old not covered in scars. And I texted. You stole that. Yeah, I texted him. I was like, this is it. This is the dirty underneath. This is the last thing he should say. Like, who's gonna want me now? I feel really honored to have got to do that on screen, because I think that that's like kind of like the point of what we're trying to do is how honest are you willing to be on screen? And that was a pretty honest thing that I deal with in life.
I love that your therapist gave you one of the best lines of it.
Does he have more? Yeah.
Harrison, you do such an incredible job with the physical manifestation of what Parkinson's looks like, but every single scene, the physical informs the emotional. So when you look at a scene, how does the physical constantly inform the emotions of playing him?
I have no idea. I can't think about stuff like that. I mean, I know what I know, and I know what the scene is about, and I know that that's my job, and I know that I also have this obstacle in the disease, and I know that that's my future, but thank God, I'll tell you why it works, is because like a Parkinson's patient, and every case is different, I'm told, I know, I don't know what's coming. I know I got it, but I don't know what the next script is going to be and what the manifestation so I know that it's, I know it's coming, like you know you're, the obstacle of your future. And so there's something that happens, it's like you invest in each moment it's right there in front of you. I never thought about this shit before. I love the job, you know, I'm in it for the money, this is my job. I love who I get to work with, and the stuff I get to work on, you know, and I got Michael in my head. I've got Michael in my head, and in my life now, thank God, that he's part of our journey, and makes the whole fucking thing real. Real. Thank you for the question.
Sorry about the answer.
Okay, so just back up 1 second. So, hit me with the second half of the question.
How did you look at the way that it was going to feel for her to kind of break apart a little bit so that then you could build her back together?
Oh, that's a great question. You know what? I had a little meeting with Bill Lawrence, the show's creator, who's not here today, but we love him, and Neil, and they just sat me down and they told me the map of my character's journey this season, and they said there's going to be a lot for you to do, and I could just say, like, similar to Harrison, this is my job. Sometimes I get overwhelmed when I get a script or I look and we have to do a whole season of a show, and all I have to focus on is moment to moment. It's line by line, it's page by page, and I do not know what's going to happen because we have writers that we lean on. And so for me, I was honestly just excited as a Black woman. I'm size 14, curvy, tall, 6 feet. Like, I was excited for the opportunity. Thank you, one guy. Thank you to the 2 men and Ted. Thank you so much. No, it's like my stats are like, I'm like a WNBA player that stopped playing like 5 years ago, you know? And like, no, but it's like, it was an opportunity. As a Black actress, you know, who's not mixed race, it's like we want parts. And I started as a comedy and drama actress. I think like life contains multitudes. And this is one of those rare opportunities where, you know, I'm ready. Like, I just want to attack the scene. Like, no matter what, I want to leave no crumbs. I want to feel like every time I step on a scene, I get something to happen on camera that we've never seen before. I'm always chasing the lobster scene in Annie Hall. That's like the spontaneity of it. Like, it's really important to me. And so, for me, honestly, I was like, hell yeah, let's freaking go. You know, I feel really blessed to be able to have meat to chew, like not playing a one-dimensional character. I want to play complicated women that are really interesting. And so this was kind of I was just excited, to be honest. So, yeah.
You know, Bill Lawrence always describes Brian as a self-aware narcissist, and I think you play that self-awareness really well. I would say brings so much heart into him, and when you looked at his journey in becoming a father for the first time this season, how did you find the ways in which you wanted him to be a little more self-aware, you know, and a little bit more empathetic to the people around him?
All right, Michael, what do you got? What do you got?
Well, it's bad.
Can we just talk about Les Mis? No, That's a great question. Of course, it's a great question. But it's, I like to think this three-season journey for all of our characters in some ways has brought Brian to the beginning. I kind of think that where we find him at the end of 3 is where he's ready to start growing. He's starting to put others first for once. And he's, you know, he's like the luckiest narcissist in the world. He has 3 therapists in his chosen family to help him along and to love him, even though he is so obtuse about so much. And I think I think there's a few things that they've done for Brian over the course of these 3 seasons that have been such gifts for an actor, of course, but also for a character that is a narcissist. Like for example, in season 2, making him the entree for Lewis to come into the group and be like a thing that was sort of implausible, but also inevitable, because Brian was in a place where he needed to start taking a breath and listening to others, and that's kind of the first time he does.
Slap me. Okay, here we go.
There's something so beautiful.
We do a lot of these. You are amazing. You know, I have to say, it was such a gift for Derek, and honestly for Derek and Liz's relationship, because Liz is sometimes a little rough on Derek. But there's a reason Derek loves her. He sees her. And I thought that scene was so exposing, because you saw that Derek knows that underneath that tough skin, that tough layer, is this little child that just needs to be loved. And he knows that she loves him and he loves her. And it was an exposing moment of the relationship that you can't really get to any other way between these two and in this show. And so it's one of those things, like, I find myself when I go to work on our show, you think you know what it is, you read it, you say, I got this, here we go, we're gonna go in and do it, and then all I have to do is look in someone's eyes, Krista, in that scene, I will never forget how piercing it was and how real it felt. And I'm a guy who probably could have a heart attack. Let's just say that. Maybe I got the widowmaker, I don't know. But no, it's easy. My point is that it's easy. I know a lot of guys. It's easy to get to that place.
Yeah.
But you find the magic in this show when you look in someone's eyes and you hear the tone in their voice and the warmth in the room, and it changes everything. And I don't think I'm ever going to forget those moments, and almost so many moments on the show, to be honest with you.
Me either, Bubba.
Come on, Bubba.
That was a gift by Robert.
The character that they've laid out for me is just this wonderful young woman that is moving through the world with confidence in every decision that she makes. In season 1, that is a quality that Alice has, and that's not wavered the whole time. I love that about her so much. There's such clarity to how she moves through the world and how she wants to exist in the world and in her community and with her family. And even in season 1, when she's angry at Jimmy, she's not afraid to be angry at Jimmy in his face. And at season 3, I think at that moment, for me, it was hard to do on the day. For me personally, as Lakita, it was hard not to look back at Jason and want to have that moment. I think she's in this forward momentum of being a teenager where you're like standing at the edge of a cliff and like you have to ignore that it's a cliff kind of and just send it and trust that the foundation of people and community of where you came from made you the person you are, and just barrel forward. And I'm really excited to see where he goes. This is more.
Same.
Being so fast right now.
It's scary, right?
As it just goes down the
You're
line.
gonna be one of us soon.
It's like before the roller coaster drops, you know,
Absolutely.
that's what I'm feeling here.
You did great. Jason and Harrison, the scene that the two of you have together right at the end of this season, you know, and having that moment where Paul, who's so stoic with his emotions, says, "You're more like a son to me," and Jimmy kind of makes the choice to go into the restaurant for himself, is so wonderful and makes me cry every time I rewatch it. I wanted to ask you both about just the experience of shooting a scene with that much importance together.
Well, that's how you feel, right?
What I feel is that there's a very clear idea there. There's a job to be done.
I know, it's for the money.
But it's the work, and my scene partner is a substantial component of everything. When I'm with him, everybody that I work with on this show is one of the most exceptional actors I've ever had a chance to work with. But he's so deep into the story that every scene I have with him is like, this is the essential point of this whole. My character is like interpreting his character in a way that really makes my job clear. And whenever I work with him, it's like I get, well, you always get back what you give, but it's like there's no effort. It's just we get to spend time together doing the thing. It's just it's better than a real job.
That scene is a very special day for me that I get to remember my whole life. The scene on the balcony that Harrison and I had the episode before, I also get to remember and have my whole life. Because I know this wasn't the question, but I really wanted to do that scene well because I was doing it with Harrison and I really wanted him to be proud of me. And it's true. And I finished doing this thing where I really let loose on Harrison and they yelled cut and Harrison looked at me and he said, "You did it, kid!" It happened. And I think about it all the time. Like, I really get to have that. The thing I got to have in that scene with Harrison for that last one was, it was a very loud day that day. And they hadn't walked up the street quite right. And so we were gonna do this scene and there were all these trucks. I don't know if you remember this, but we really couldn't do the scene and there was a delay and it was a little hard to focus in. Harrison said, "Let's take a walk." And we walked up and down Ventura Boulevard in LA, like there's just traffic going by, there's people walking by, and we ran our lines for like 45 minutes until they figured this thing out. And we got back and we looked at each other, we were like, all right, let's do this. And then we shot this scene and it's just like I felt like, oh my God, at this moment, this is my teammate. And we're building this scene together and we're gonna go around whatever obstacles we have to go around. And I just felt like I had the best damn partner in the whole world to do that scene. And those two moments, I was very scared. I knew they were coming all season, you know? Oh God, I gotta do these well. I gotta do them really well. I don't wanna let Harrison down or my show down or my writers down. And I just felt like it would be impossible not to nail it. You're with him. You know,
we were dancing to the same music. And that's the writing. So there's no denying, I will tell you, half the scenes I go into on this show, I don't know what's gonna happen. Because while I know what the intention of the writers is, I don't care.
not his face.
Don't get this wrong. I care desperately, but Marlon Brando, I don't listen to a lot of what I hear about advice about acting, but I once heard that Marlon Brando said, he's said to have said, you can't care, or they'll see it on your face. Well, if you don't care a shitload before you get there, that's going to be a bad thing. But if the writer cared and you recognized, with these kind of people, you just have to show up. And it happens. That's fucking magic. Thank you very much.
I can't think of a more beautiful sentiment to finish this conversation with. So thank you so much.
Thank you.